He cheats on that too? Wait, you can cheat in Minecraft? Wait, pause! You can cheat in Minecraft. What? Are we okay? I had no idea you could cheat on Minecraft. I've played Minecraft maybe like 3 or 4 times in my life. He cheated in speedrunning. Oh my god. In Minecraft speedruns. That is so strong. He thought he could get away with it. Grrr. Okay. Alright. A deep dive into Dream's miserable attempt at a comeback. Dream versus TommyInnit. Innit, short for isn't it? Innit.
Happening in the year of our Lord 2025. In a matter of 2 days, the video is already sitting at over 3 million views, making many people feel like they're back in 2020. For someone,
dude, Minecraft is so powerful because the kids that grew up on Minecraft are like 25 now and they still love Minecraft that much.
Unfamiliar with these people, the drama will seem really stupid, and it is, but it has a lot of depth. Depth that goes back years. So count yourself lucky because I'll be explaining everything, starting from the absolute beginning. Let's do this.
Oh boy.
We are now in 2020, knee-deep into the COVID-19 pandemic. The streets were empty and everyone was at home. This meant that no one was socializing. And for people to actually maintain some semblance of sanity, they instead had to socialize online. This meant that video games and online services benefited from this greatly. Steam broke its all-time active player record. Twitch had record-breaking viewership. And hell, even the Xbox Game Pass hit 10 million players, which was unprecedented at the time. This also meant that anyone making content online benefited from this in some way. More people indoors meant more people watching your content as they were bored. And
gotta need that COVID-2 electric boogaloo, man.
One of the people who benefited the most from this was Dream. Dream focused on Minecraft, which was booming at the time, making fun challenges with crazy twists. His viewership directly benefited from the pandemic, but he truly blew up when he decided to create the Dream SMP server, with SMP standing for Survival Multiplayer. But just like all of Dream's challenges, this also had a twist. Him and many of his friends would get together and roleplay, creating backstories, factions, wars, storylines,
that's cool.
You name it. It went live on April 24th, 2020 and blew up very quickly. One of Dream's most popular series was him trying to speedrun the game while his friends tried to stop him. And I mean, look at these views, man. Tens of millions.
Holy crap. 83 million views in a 45-minute video. That's probably a couple grand, is it not? That's insane.
Per video, 100 million over here, 83 million. You want to know what can compare to this today? The only channel that can get this many views in 2025? Skibbity Toilet. No, wait, actually? Actually? What the fuck? Who watches this, man?
I do.
74 million, 51. What? Oh my god. I didn't even know this was a thing. He's still up.
This guy's making bank.
Uploading 1 day ago. That's
I'm telling you, the power of children is insane.
Crazy. Anyway, this is a great way to explain to you how big Dream SMP was back in 2020. All right. Yes, it compares to Skibbity Toilet in 2025. Great analogy. Now, there were many people who either joined permanently or were guest appearances, but for the people who were able to join permanently, if they weren't that big of a content creator, they were able to build a crazy, insane career by just being a part of the Dream team.
Sure.
I'm sure you recognize some names here, and there's a reason for that. Some of the guest members were people like Ninja, Mr. Beast, KSI. What? Everyone wanted to be a part of this.
They got an actual, like, musical celebrity? Pokemon Corpse Husband Ninja?
Only as a guest. It was massive. By 2021, people just couldn't ignore it anymore. Anytime you would log on to Twitter, you would start seeing hashtags that didn't make any sense that were there purely because of this server. This article on Business Insider talks about it. TommyInnit had created a character on the server called Tom Nook, who's from the game Animal Crossing. This made Tom Nook start trending on Twitter, purely because he was being played by Tommy. Their massive success also meant that they had many, many crazily passionate fans, and people couldn't ignore their existence any longer. To give you an idea of how fast the growth was, Dream had 100,000 subscribers in August 2019 and then was at 8 million subscribers by August 2020 in just the...
Holy shit. Holy shit. Dude, I went into the wrong thing. I should have played Minecraft, huh?
Span of a year. Growth like this isn't just impressive or astronomical, it's also worrying. Growing too quickly has its negatives just like it has its positives. And the negatives were starting to show very evidently. But for now, that didn't matter. They were raking in all the success. Here's an example of a character on the server. All the storylines, all the arcs, all the stuff going on. For people following this, it was endless content, and it was easy to get obsessed with it when you were a teenager. But unfortunately, good things don't last forever. And by 2022, one of its most prominent members, Technoblade, had passed away. This very sad development, combined with other smaller reasons, was the beginning of—
Wait, like actually passed away? Like IRL? Oh, that's so sad. Really? What happened to him? Cancer? Oh, that is so sad.
The end for Dream SMP Season 1. And by April 2023, 3 years after the server was initially established, it was ended by blowing it up to smithereens. For many, Dream SMP was something that was never done before, and the community behind it was colossal. Dream could tweet out something as simple as saying "deviously lick my nuts" and get over 300,000 likes. Many content creators couldn't fathom having this much influence. But
maybe don't do that when your large majority is children, man. I've seen what happens to Minecraft creators, okay?
At the same time, Dream couldn't either, which is why he didn't control it well at all. Look, having so much influence means that there's a lot of talented people who'll be watching you and making art of you. In fact, so many people found out about the Dream SMP not through Minecraft gameplay, but through animatics, animations, drawings, fan fictions, you name it. Such works will have tens of millions of views and will often reach people who had no idea who Dream was, only to find out about this community and feel a part of it. Many people focused on the advantages of having such a massive and loyal audience. TommyInnit was a guy who had joined the server when he was 16, and there he was breaking records with over 650,000 live viewers during the Dream SMP finale. These were numbers that not only Tommy couldn't dream of, other content creators could never dream of as well. This was a worldwide phenomenon. But it wasn't all sunshine and roses. I mean, the fans were called Dream Stans for a reason. Stan is a term that Eminem had coined a long time ago in a hit song by the same name. It talks about an Eminem fan by the name of Stan, in which he had become so obsessed with him that he abandoned his family, his job, everything that made him who he was, in the pursuit of trying to be like him and gaining his attention. Being called a Stan is typically not something you want to be called, but it's something that Dream Stans prided themselves in. And there's a reason for that. They were insane. If you search up the definition of Dream Stan on the Urban Dictionary—
highest stage of cancer. Holy!
The first definition that will show up is highest stage of cancer. Dream Stans have no father, but other definitions are way more disturbing. They had a terrible reputation even during the peak of Dream SMP. This starter pack is an example. Look, they would dox and send death—
Ew! I want to know if I can join the SMP. Sending death threats to anyone that doesn't like Dream. Never mind, I take it back. I don't want to be a Minecraft streamer.
Threats to people who openly stated they didn't like Dream. They would turn on people in the Dream SMP over the smallest things, then would use hashtags to absolutely destroy Twitter's algorithm and make everyone aware of it, even though they don't care. They would also ship everyone, okay? Even though they might be straight or not gay, they would still ship them and say, hey, just come out the closet already, come on.
I hate that shit. Like, it's fine, like, fantasizing and, like, being fucking cringe. Like, it's not hurting anybody. It's when you're, like, saying tweets or, like, saying it out loud and saying— oh, why don't you just be gay already? Or why can't you just be straight already? I need you, like, to fit my fantasy. Grow the fuck up, man.
Get it over with. Not to mention that there would be fan art of people kissing even if they were underage, like TommyInnit, who had joined the server when he was 16. This right here is blurred. I can't show it because of YouTube, but listen, some fans were so twisted in the head they would draw explicit fan art of Dream SMP members, but dismembered, or bleeding, or hurt, or whatever. You get the point. It was a very weird, very disturbing.
And you know what's really funny? Just to go back to the whole shipping thing, there's people who unironically ship me and Kershaw in IRL. It's kind of crazy. Yeah. Yeah, it's weird. Like, I like Kirsty, but like we joke and say, oh, I love Kirshen. She's adorable. She's my fox waifu. Like, I joke and stuff, but then people take it too far and they want us to, like, actually be together. It's like,
being obsession. Now, obviously, the majority of Dream stans weren't twisted enough to be into stuff like this, but there was enough of them to make it a problem. However, what many of them were hypocrites. They would always pretend to be progressive and virtue signal about what's right and what's wrong. But then as soon as someone offended them for the stupidest thing, they would take out all the slurs, okay? All the slurs possible they could use against them and use them. Here's an example of a video Charlie had made, with TommyInnit replying to a tweet from Dream saying, they included a few J-Schlatt moments in this video. Do they not know of his wrongdoings? Do they not know? I'm not happy, Dream. Where he was joking that J-Schlatt was included. Both Twitter and Dream stans had tried to repeatedly cancel J-Schlatt over the dumbest, stupid...
Oh, yes, this is what terminally online people do. They try to cancel you for associating with people. Yeah. VTubers do this as well, like VTuber fans. Yep, everybody does this. Always a bunch of fucking unhinged weirdos that try to do this.
Things I've ever seen. Like how here, a tweet with 2,000 likes was alleging that he was racist against Asian people because he was trying to squint into an obsidian portal while he was playing Minecraft. I'm not even kidding.
But if you pull back your eyes and you have astigmatism or you have poor eyesight, it flexes your muscles. Is that racist too? It's not like you said, like, ching chong ping pong, like, look at me, I'm Chinese. Like, he was just squinting.
Okay? Just the mere mention of his name triggered them beyond belief. Tommy had signaled through this joke that he was still on good terms with J-Schlatt. And that was enough to cause a massive controversy on Twitter that trended for everyone and that showed the true nature of Dream stans. These seemingly progressive and virtue signaling fans would say things like this.
Okay, at least they're saying it with their chest. They're not hiding it.
Or things like this, directed towards Tommy, who was a minor at the time, saying, I don't give a fuck if you're feeling overwhelmed. You are privileged and face no type of oppression, but still continue to victimize yourself instead of holding yourself accountable and apologizing to all the fucking minorities you've hurt. Goddamn.
The kid is 16 playing Minecraft. He is 16 playing Minecraft.
I don't even know what they're talking about here.
Keep that in mind.
I don't know what minorities Tommy had heard at the time, but one thing was for certain, all these comments were getting to him, someone who wasn't even 18 years old, and he would deactivate his Twitter fairly often. In fact, it was something you'd find from members in Dream SMP. And when this would happen, Dream would never call it out. He let his community run rampant because he was too scared of any backlash, and if he would receive backlash, he would completely backtrack and apologize immediately to move on.
He's a kid. It's not his fault, genuinely. It's sad. It's genuinely not his fault. He doesn't know what's happening and he grew too fast and the stans he's trying to make them happy because he doesn't know any better that you should just keep going. It's not even his fault.
This was exactly what his community wanted. The reason why they acted this way is because they saw everyone on the Dream SMP as playthings. Like a kid sees a Barbie doll. And in order to have full control over their doll, they needed to bully them from time to time like they were doing to Tommy right here. All these reasons combined is why Dream stans had such a bad reputation, and people to this day dislike them. I'd like to specify that not all Dream stans were this bad, but too many were, to the point where it didn't matter, unfortunately. Now, as you can imagine, with fans like these, there were many controversies. But one of the most important ones was as Dream SMP was closing in 2023. The Minecraft community was wondering, okay, what's next? Well, Quackity, who was a Dream SMP member, came out with the announcement that he was making a server called the QSMP, the first bilingual Minecraft SMP server, in which people could speak English and Spanish with live translation, a very big achievement at the time. Well, as it turns out, very shortly after Quackity had announced the server, Dream came out with his announcement saying after Dream SMP, he was going to make United SMP, the first multi-language SMP with live translation.
Oh, he's the guy that... Is he the guy that made that translation tool and talked about it on Twitter last year? At the end of last year? Yeah, I can see that. That's awesome.
Translation. The languages were going to be Spanish, Portuguese, French, German, Korean, and English. Now, of course, there was concern from the toxic Dream stans that, oh my god, Quackity copied you. But Dream stated, hey guys, it's fine. His is English and Spanish, mine is multiple languages, it's still fairly different. Quackity did not comment. Well, QSMP was delayed by around a month, and the final announcement from Quackity was that, hey, listen, it's launching on April 26th, and it doesn't just have English and Spanish, It has all the languages that were in the United SMP. So 6 languages total with live translation. At this point, Dream stans were furious that Quackity had copied Dream's idea. Quackity couldn't care less and never addressed the drama, but Dream did. In the longest tweet possible. Look at how long this is.
Holy!
Look at this. Look at this.
Yikes!
Look at read this. This instantly became a meme with a post saying, "Ain't no way."
Ain't no way.
He typed all this out thinking we're gonna read it, and I mean, seriously, who's gonna read this?
Jesus,
Most people
dude.
didn't, and we're just making fun of him. In it, he explained that he kept trying to reach out to Quackity and that he was being ignored, trying to clear up the misunderstanding, but Quackity couldn't care less. He also expressed that he got doxxed, a tracking device was placed on one of his family's cars, and the police were involved, okay? All over a dumbass Minecraft server, all right? Do you understand now how crazy the fans are? But how is it that Dream was being absolutely dragged through the mud? Where were his Dream stans? Well, they were still there, it's just that his influence had gone down significantly. You see, in 2022, Dream had done his infamous face reveal. And by 2023, many of his fans had found that this whole mystery surrounding who he is was gone. It just wasn't the same anymore. He had actually hurt his brand significantly by showing his face. And this was...
He did what VTubers wanted to do for a long time. There's a lot of VTubers that had the card that wanted the card to do what he did, and then they realized maybe it's not such a great idea to break the illusion. Again, if you want to do it, just expect the consequences. People are crazy, man.
One of the first times where he realized, wait, like, have I fallen off? A few months later, Tommy would release this video titled If YouTubers Were Honest, in which he makes fun of people like Andrew Tate, Logan Paul, and, unexpectedly for many, Dream, specifically regarding his drama with Quackity. Watch.
Yes, it's done! A Minecraft server to combine multiple communities, my communities together, and bring the world together. This is an amazing idea!
Hey, I don't like that idea. It's actually my idea, not yours.
That doesn't... Okay, that's fine. We can both do it, I guess.
Stop ignoring me.
What?
Stop ignoring me. You haven't replied to my DMs in a whole week.
Yeah, okay, that... I just didn't... That's fine, I just didn't really want to...
You're not nice. You destroyed our friendship, telling everybody, tell everyone.
Okay, I don't want to do this right now.
Posted it.
What?
The essay.
Why would you do that?
No, it's no hate, though, man. It's no hate. It's just love, man. It's just love. I think you're a bad person, that's all, but it's no hate.
That's just an insane response to this.
I didn't say anyone to hate on you, man. It's all love. It's all love from me. I just think that you're the worst person ever. Wear a smile.
Can I just say, from an outsider's perspective that has zero weigh-in on Minecraft community, this is some funny-ass high school drama.
Wear a smile more, big friendly Dream.
So not only was this unexpected, it also criticized Dream in many more ways than one, making him out to be crazy, unstable, hell, even psychotic, but also how he would type out these massive essays anytime he needed to explain the slightest thing and would always end it with, hey, listen guys, don't attack anyone please, but he knew exactly what he was doing. When you have such an unstable, massive community, you type something as large as this and have Quackity's name stamped over it multiple times, then even a donkey could understand what you would be doing to Quackity and his community.
And again, there are people who have less communities, or less large communities, excuse me, that post this kind of shit and they're like, yeah, I fucking hate this guy, but also... it's no hate. No hate, though. No hate. Just don't attack him. You know what you're doing, man.
Community. And the fact that Tommy, one of Dream SMP's biggest YouTubers, and someone who's known to be one of Dream's friends, did this, made it all the more significant. But the question is, how did Dream react to this? Well, in one of the most unhinged ways possible. Months after that video from Tommy had come out, Tommy's mother, who is on Twitter, had tweeted this out, saying, "The only DM I've not deleted is one from an entitled content creator who had the nerve to send me a massive essay DM on why my son's bad. The arrogance. A grown man complaining to the mom of his former pal. Playground behavior as..."
Can I just say that if you're a content creator, your mom probably shouldn't have a Twitter. Probably. I know there's a couple of people who disagree, but I just don't think it's a good idea. Your parents should not be affected by the bullshit that you have to deal with. I know Silvervale's mom's on Twitter and she interacts with her and stuff, but like I just don't think it's a good idea. Sorry. It's not healthy for them.
If I'd go, actually, you're right, blew my mind. Already my last tweet, it was from last August, when Tommy had released the video. It was the one that you think it was. Yes, that one. We were all a bit surprised. She hadn't revealed who it was, right? But everyone already knew. Who else would type a massive essay to someone's mom? Dream. The message that he had sent Tommy's mom was only revealed to us today, in 2025, and we'll get to that later. Over the next few months, Dream's influence would continue to diminish, almost making him out to be a lolcow. He got into a fight with Nicholas Cantu, a voice actor from Gumball, hoping to, as always, use his community to win a fight, but instead his community turned on him. He would post a video of Nicholas being drunk while—
The guy that voices Gumball? What's a lolcow again? An internet figure that gets trolled and bullied for content. And they respond and give into it and therefore create more content for people to feed on. That's what a lolcow is.
Underage in the same Uber as him, saying slurs, belittling the driver, and being narcissistic, trying to use the same cancel culture tactics of his own community, but instead, they just flipped it against him and were like, you're just a loser. Why are you even in an Uber with an underage person who was drunk? This, coupled with the fact that someone had posted an entire—
Underage and drunk. Minecraft. Okay.
24-page document alleging that Dream had preyed on a 16-year-old fan didn't really make him look good at all anymore. He quickly shifted into being one of internet's most powerful personalities into just another lolcow. And it's not like anyone was sad over it. Many people had hated him and his community for a long time, and now they finally had a reason to publicly hate him with proof. He went from being able to bully anyone he wanted with a snap of a finger to now getting bullied with every single word he said, only to delete the tweet afterwards, and it being even funnier. Now he would go on to disprove the fact that he's a predator, that he's a pedophile, by making this video titled The Truth, currently sitting at 13 million views around the end of 2023. And while it did clear him of the craziest accusations, people just didn't really care that much. The damage had been done on his reputation. Whether he was innocent or not, it didn't matter. People had come to dislike him and his community so much that whether he was actually a predator or not changed nothing. They were going to still hate on him. And just to piss him off, they were still going to call him a predator and a pedophile. And that's exactly what ended up happening. Not to mention that a couple of massive content creators that were on the Dream SMP got into massive controversy. Like Wilbur Soot's very weird acts against his ex-girlfriend, and George Not Found's acts against someone who was in a party. Now, obviously, in George's case, the person accusing him was definitely fishy, but it didn't matter. The community that they had built got so horny over the idea of canceling someone, so an allegation was enough to take you down. In the case of people like Tommy, who had admired—
And even after you prove yourself wrong, this actually happens. I can relate this to like a career industry standard thing. The voice, I think the voice actor of Kael'thas Sunstrider and a couple of other characters on World of Warcraft, that was a long time voice actor that was hired by Blizzard since like the beginning of World of Warcraft. He got canceled and they removed his voice lines from like a lot of characters and redid them with another voice actor because he was accused of assault on a woman or something. I can't even remember. And then even after that was declared completely a lie and they went to court over it and he had proof, it was already over. Yeah, they ruined his life and they ruined his career. The McCree situation? No. This is not McCree. This is completely unrelated. Yeah, and they went to court. They proved that he did absolutely nothing wrong. It wasn't like ambiguous or anything. It wasn't like, oh, he did this, but he didn't do that. It was like completely like vindicated and it doesn't matter.
These people playing with them on Dream SMP and seeing them get into so much trouble, he started distancing himself and trying to find his own path on YouTube. Many Dream stans who used to worship Dream and other people on the Dream SMP server would start to become antis or haters, dedicating all their energy to hating them instead of worshiping them. And honestly, it's not that big of a surprise, because when you get infatuated with something, the lines between love and hate are so blurred, they might as well be the same thing. It was so easy for the biggest Dream stans to become haters because they realized they never really loved Dream. They were just obsessed with him. After this
is why you should never, like, go online and express how much you hate someone, because at the end of the day, you're pouring in so much emotional negativity that it's literally one word away and one spark away from love. I truly do believe that hate and anger go kind of like hand in hand, because the only thing that changes is that you're still passionate about them. The outcome is different. So maybe all you haters, you should start loving. Yeah. Yeah, stop hating, stop gooning. Only love.
Dream would slowly fade into obscurity. He wasn't as big as he used to be, and his fans definitely dwindled. Because of this, Dream would barely upload, focusing more on his music career, where many people would also continue to make fun of him. The internet was able to slowly and finally start healing, until he decided to make the worst comeback ever in January 2025.
Oh god.
As I mentioned before, many of the people that used to be on Dream SMP would proceed to try and find their own path. This was the case with Tommy, otherwise known as TommyInnit. He would dabble into doing stand-up comedy, something he absolutely fell in love with, and would also start a podcast with his friend Jack. Now, all this drama would start in one of the dumbest ways possible, and of course it would. It was because of a segment in this episode right here titled It's Finally Over. Specifically, this clip. Watch.
Who's the worst person you... Right, the worst person I met award. Oh, for me, it's so easy. Go on. Ms. Giff. Piss me off the twat. Just the way he looked. You barely even met him. He just stood near him for a bit. Oh, I hate it. Have you ever just hated someone based off nothing? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
No, I think it's very immature. I know maybe they're probably like half-heartedly joking, but it's such a waste of time to hate someone. Yeah. I get him. I understand, but you shouldn't feel like that. It's not healthy. I used to feel like that when I was younger, and then I realized how much of a waste of energy and time it is.
No, I was.
So yeah, Tommy had essentially called out Miskiff for no reason. Miskiff jokingly replied saying he's British, but then while streaming, made a more heated response. Now bear in mind, while streaming, Miskiff said that he was trying to bait the internet with this response, so it's probably not serious. Knowing Miskiff, nothing that he says is serious, but I'll show you some of it anyway.
Sure.
When I was talking to TommyInnit, he was probably one of the most insufferable people that I've ever talked to in my fucking life.
I saw this, actually.
When I was sitting there waiting for Masayoshi to pop up, TommyInnit is just standing there like a complete prick and looking like such a jackass. I'm trying to just sit there and wait for Masayoshi. I say hello to him, and he gives me the rudest stare you could ever imagine. I'm like,
yeah, make what you will out of all this. I genuinely don't care. But this is how the drama started. Tommy would then quote tweet this response from Miskiff and say, "You are just really hard to talk to," escalating this further, which made other content creators start to react to it as well. Asmongold would react to this, for example, and say that Tommy's only doing this because he's falling off, and XQC would just say, "Well, these guys are all cringe, sorry." This made Tommy tweet this out saying, "To be more cringe than TommyInnit is pretty fucking hard, but you pulled it off, pal," posting an image of XQC shaking Trump's hand.
Oh, come on! That was such a low ball to call them both cringe. Jesus, man, we're just fucking doing this.
XQC would then quote tweet this saying, "From doing streams in my basement to doing a stream with a president, how's that a diss? You went from dick writing Dream for a living to making jokes to teenage girls. Lock in." This is when, in one of the most unexpected ways possible, Dream would make a comeback. He quote tweeted XQC's response and posted this meme, showing two paths forward for Dream SMP stands, either growing up or becoming a retarded TommyInnit fan. Now, you have to understand, right? In any other community, this would be perceived as normal, but we're dealing with Dream SMP stands and antis here. Obsessive people that were raised under the guise of being virtue signaling and as progressive as possible. In their minds, this word right here is a massive slur, and Dream had just used it casually. How dare he? So not only did he delete the post almost immediately after receiving backlash, someone brought back a tweet that he had made a long time ago in which he said, "I don't personally support using the word retard. I feel enough people find it offensive that if you're a content creator, you should phrase it out of your vocabulary." And I mean, this is a perfect example. He was acting exactly like his community. He was virtue signaling, but then as soon as someone pissed him off, he would just use the slur he was virtue signaling against immediately. The backlash was immense. Tommy's own mother tweeted this, saying, "Couldn't be arsed getting involved."
Oh my god, they're all fucking cringe. His mom is joining in. You're all so fucking cringe. Shut the fuck up. Get off the internet and get a grip.
There's no ambiguity about using the R slur. Then I saw the bit about being autistic, which really f***ed me off. Being autistic and being an ableist prick are two completely different things. Big love to all my neurospicy pals. This tweet partly references how Dream would say that it's okay for him to say the word retard because he's autistic. But it's also talking about something else. Tommy's mother was actually directly responding to Dream's explanation that he had written in his own subreddit about why he had posted the meme. People felt they were back in 2021 with how he would do something, offend people, delete it, and then explain. He also deleted this explanation after the fact, by the way. He'd explained that the reason why he posted it is because he was so done with double standards. How Nicholas Cantu could use slurs and Dream would still get the brunt of the hate. How people would go viral calling him a retard, and if he used it, he would get hate for it. And said that he
Well, you can. It's just that you said it before that. Like, you can. Nobody's gonna put a gun to your head, and, like, people are gonna dislike it, and that's fine, but you're the one that said that. That said that you shouldn't use it. Like, this is so high school drama. Yes, you're right, Chad. It's funny. I don't know. It's funny. It's funny to look at this from the outside. I have no horse in this race.
He has his own reasons for having a problem with Tommy, being the internet police, and was expecting to get a lot of shit for going after poor Tommy that lies about him constantly, while saying that he had no intentions to go after every Dream SMP fan or being ableist, saying that in his opinion, the worst Dream SMP fans became Tommy fans, and that Tommy feeds right into it to promote his Patreon, shows, book, or whatever else he's currently promoting because he has absolutely no backbone. On the same day, Dream would go live and visit past conflicts, like reacting to the If YouTubers Were Honest video. He would also go ahead and leak DMs with Tommy, even though Tommy had specifically asked him a while ago to never do that, in which Dream says, "Are we even friends, dude?" And Tommy replies, "Yeah, why? What's up, man?" Sad face. And Dream ends up writing another encyclopedia, pretty much asking, why does Tommy always make jokes at the expense of Dream? He would then proceed to confirm that yes, he did message Tommy's mother, and he would show what the message was, saying, "Just thought I'd let you know that I don't agree with lots of people replying to you and don't want you to be attacked at all. I will express that I do agree with some of the people replying because Tommy knew what would happen and knew what I had happened with my family as well, as he has critiqued me strongly for my tweets that caused doxing or harassment, saying, you know it's going to cause doxing, so why do it? Even though I always reply that it's not my silly reply that's the problem, it's the person doxing or whatever. Like you've said about his video, that's never what his opinion has been. His video is outwardly dishonest as he knows far more about the situation and he takes a side with his skit."
Chat, can I just say that you should never leak DMs if someone, even unless it's like a crime or something, obviously, but like if someone says don't leak these DMs, please, for the love of God, and then it's like something personal, even if it proves your point, you're still kind of a fucking scumbag. People will not agree with you, the vast majority. It's so weird.
Which he knew would cause tons of issues. He then goes ahead and reiterates the same points in the next paragraphs, but overall, that was it. He found it very hurtful that Tommy would make the skit about him. And even though Tommy's mother was being relentlessly attacked on Twitter, he never once tweeted, "Hey guys, can you please stop?" Instead, just expressing this to the DMs. After the stream, Tommy tweeted this, saying, "I just want very famous YouTubers I liked when I was 16 to stop leaking DMs of me being a bit awkward. Is that too much to ask?" That obviously escalated things even further and made Dream look pretty bad. But can we take a second to look at this instead? Twitter sometimes can be funny, I'll give you that. That same day, TommyInnit released his video titled Dream, in which he addressed most of the things going on. And I'm going to show you the biggest highlights of this video, like the beginning. Watch.
Okay.
Hello. This video is a message to Dream. If you've been off the internet the past couple days and haven't kept up, basically, if you're one of my subscribers, Dream has called you a slur. So deal with that how you want. Okay, now look, I have Dream blocked and everything, and I intend to keep it that way. So Dream, hello mate, let's just dive right in, shall we? Let's talk about you calling all my fans the R-slur. You can't throw around the R-slur, mate. You just can't. My mum worked with adults with disabilities, and since I was 12, I volunteered with her. These are real fucking amazing people.
Now look, you're probably someone who's watching thinking, how the hell are they making such a big deal over a word like that? Well, this is a massive community, And that's how they perceive that word. In another community, it's not that big of a deal, but here...
It's because they're kids. Let's be realistic. It's because they're children and they're trying to set a good example, okay? Yeah, it's not that deep. Genuinely.
On this battlefield, it is. And Dream had completely screwed up by using it. Tommy would then proceed and talk about his time in Dream SMP and how Dream treated him when he was just a 16-year-old.
Dream. 4 years ago, you were awful to me. When I was 16, you gave me YouTube advice, and you held that over my head for years. You didn't treat me like an equal, and you made me feel small. The Dream
How much
SMP,
older was
a
he?
lot of your success just wouldn't have happened without me. Streaming every single night on the server, and caring about everything as much as I did. And you made me feel small about that. And I was a kid. Shame on you, man.
So for someone who used to watch Dream SMP or someone who used to be a fan of Dream, this is a massive revelation. Tommy was, as I said, one of the most influential people on the server. He was
He's 5 years older than him. So he was 21 and acting like this. Yeah, Dream's a fucking, like, schizo, man. Yeah, no, that's just weird. Yeah, that's weird.
As he said almost every single day, this is what you would call a bombshell. And speaking of bombshells, he would then go ahead and talk about the DM that Dream had sent his mother.
You harassed my mum as she was going through a divorce, the worst time of her life. You tried to harm the relationship between me and my mum. And if we weren't best friends, with the shit that you were saying, you probably could have really harmed that, mate. You are like a proper movie villain. I have watched you take advantage of vulnerable people and use...
Oh, counterpoint. Why is your mom on Twitter? That's the guy, right? That's his mom? The one that he ranted to and, like, in DMs? I don't know. Skill issue. Why is your mom on the internet?
them to benefit yourself. I've watched you lie to...
Because she's Gen X? It doesn't fucking matter. Your kid is a multi-million subscriber. I already went through this. If your family is on the internet and they have a public figure, they have a social media account, and you're complaining about them getting harassed, just turn off, deactivate the Twitter, and leave it alone. I'm not saying they deserve it. I just think it's a terrible fucking idea, especially with a bunch of kids on the internet.
Fans, to me, to people, and take no responsibility afterwards. You are incapable of taking any criticism. You refuse to change anything about yourself. You reframe everything so that you are the victim. 4 years have gone by, and the rest of us have grown, reflected, really tried to better ourselves and learn after going through that incredibly overwhelming experience together. And you've reverted to saying slurs and punching down.
By the majority of people, this video was seen as very mature and level-headed. Tommy would end this video by asking Dream to please seek therapy, saying, "You being an asshole right now does not mean that you have to be one forever." And it resonated very well within the community. Even Dream's own community was very divided when it came to this, with some feeling very alone siding with Dream, and others saying that, you know what, this time, Dream can fight this on his own, I'm done with this. Either way, the same guy claiming that Tommy had no backbone had deleted yet another.
This is how I know they're children, because they feel obligated. They're either children or chronically online. You should not feel obligated to fight for the person that you like on the internet. It's just like, Jesus, dude, stop, get a grip. Guys, don't try and fight for me over some internet drama, man. It's so insane to think about that, like, people say this willingly and then they expect their fandom or their fandom or their community has to fight on their behalf. Even if it's not said, it's expected with people like this.
Another tweet in which he said, "I'm not sure why TommyInnit decided to attack and lie about me in front of his entire audience, but I guess it gives me an opportunity to let it all out. Crazy Minecraft beef, I guess," referencing the video titled Dream. He then ended this by saying, "We'll be making an upload to respond to his video soon, given it's serious, not fun times." And then interestingly enough, instead of taking an entire month to upload it, he only took 1 day. In a video titled, "I'm sorry, but not to TommyInnit." By now,
Can I just stop for 1 second? They are both probably millionaires at this point, at the age of 20, and this is what we're doing with our time and our life.
Most people were wondering why they couldn't just resolve this in private, but whatever, man. It's a 9-minute video.
Crazy
Let's
work.
talk about the highlights. The only thing that Dream apologized for in this video was him saying the R slur. That's it. Then he started talking about Tommy. He says that his main issue with Tommy and his friend group is that they keep joking that he's a pedophile, even though he proved that he wasn't. With one of Tommy's friends, Tubbo, saying that, you know what, we probably should stop saying that he's a pedophile. It's not right, especially since he proved that he wasn't. He then refutes the claim that he took advantage of Tommy, that he belittled him, instead saying that they called fairly often, he gave him advice a lot, and he wanted to see him succeed, showing clips of Tommy praising Dream directly while streaming. There was this small clip in Tommy's video talking about merch. Here it is.
I'm not just selling USB baby photos or lazily designed merchandise, alright? I'm doing the best with what I have.
Tommy.
Dream then goes ahead and refutes that, saying, no, my merch brand is family business made by actual people getting paid real wages. He then says that while Tommy's merch looked cool, the company behind
Now
it
we're fighting over whose merch looks drippier. Cheese and crackers,
wasn't,
man.
employing child labor, saying, wow, your employees are really cool.
Tommy.
Dream then goes ahead and refutes that, saying, no, my merch brand is family business made by actual people getting paid real wages. He then says that while Tommy's merch looked cool, the company behind it wasn't, employing child labor, saying, wow, your employees are really cool. Calling them scammers, referencing CoffeeZilla's video, investigating them. He also accused them of hiring editors, paying them less than minimum wage, and also getting his fans to edit his videos for free. He also finds the DM he sent his mother to be very reasonable, saying that calling him an evil villain is a bit too much, while also stating that he had no idea she was going through a divorce anyway, it was just about the video. Finally, he said that, listen, if you want to talk about no backbone, how about you delete all the videos that I'm in on your channel, and I'll delete all the videos that you're in on my channel. And he ends his video saying that instead of telling you to go seek therapy, I'm just going to say you don't need to push people down in order to lift yourself up. That's it. The comments on this video are hilarious because, I mean, a lot of them are true. This is huge for the unemployed. And I like how most of the internet problems can be solved by not being on Twitter.
That's what I'm saying. Part of this is because his family's on Twitter and he gets them involved too. Like, good lord.
People are just over it. This type of drama should have been left in 2021 or 2022 and not brought forward to 2025. Instead of feeling outraged like fans would have felt years ago, they're just memeing the hell out of it, further proving the idea that people couldn't care less. I mean, there's already a video from Lessons in Meme Culture about the Dream drama becoming a meme, right? And Dream's video barely came out like 7 hours ago, okay? Like, this is crazy. I've never seen...
The fact that I even heard about this, even though I'm completely not invested in Minecraft, is just funny to me. It bleeds over into like just basic like meme culture.
I've seen people be so over a drama in such a short amount of time. Dream says that his next video is going to be a normal manhunt upload. We'll see how that goes, but for the time being, people are already over the drama. And I don't think we'll see a response from Tommy. I don't think it'll go any further unless Dream decides to bring it to the next level somehow. And yeah, congratulations, you're now caught up on the first major drama of 2025, which was really stupid. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video whenever that is. I need a vacation after this. Anyway, yeah, love you. Mwah.
We are 2 weeks into 2025, and every corner of the internet is melting down. I love it. I love it. That was so cringe, chat.